Okay, everyone, we finally did it. We did the engine parts layout, and let me tell you, we have some great news. I am super excited, and we're gonna show you what we found out. So we used our parts catalog to go through everything and see what we're missing. So we're gonna show you what we did, and this video is also for someone who's gonna help me to see if we could put this engine together. So we're gonna go page by page and show you guys that we have everything. All right, well, almost everything, which is crazy. All right, so we're gonna start off with the crankshaft, and if you see here, the associated bearings and main caps and all that, and we're gonna go over here and show it to you. All right, guys, check this out over here. We have our crankshaft. Our pistons are no good, our rods might be good, but we know that our crankshaft is there. Is the crankshaft good or bad? I don't know, but it looks like it's in really good condition overall with some surface rust, but that's about it. And we have the end caps and stuff like that because I had somebody do some inspection over here. We have one over here. But we have those, so that's good. All right, let's move on. All right, so this is the cylinder head, and there's really gonna be 4 parts to it. So we have the cylinder head, we have this kind of little part right here, this metal piece right here, and it looks like the sleeves. Well, let's show that to you. All right, so we have the cylinder head, and our people at ASF Tuning, they cleaned it, they took it apart so we could actually look at it, and that's when they found a little bit of cracks, but we have the parts in that page. Here's the little part right there, here's the metal piece that we have, and our sleeves are right here, guys. They're right inside here. We have 2 of those. So then we come back to our parts manual. We do have these. We are missing some of the shims. So shims is something that we're gonna definitely need, and I know that we're missing because that's what the shop told us. But here is our camshafts, and here's the cool thing. So Ronnie, the individual who sold me the car, he sent me the camshafts because they were missing, but we have them. They're right here. And a cool thing about it is that we also have kind of a bag of extra stuff that goes with it. So we have an extra like cam gears and stuff like that, but the camshafts look really good and we have those. So let's go on to the next page, and we have the caps, as you could see. So this is the part that Elise and I had to look. It was kind of like a puzzle, but we found it. All right, so I'll show you over here. We call these pretty much the spiked gears. So we have the assembly right here. It looks good. We also have this assembly right here, and it looks really nice. And we have, believe it or not, we have the other part in the page right here, and it looks really good. So we have the 3, actually, and then we have this part right here, which looks excellent, in really good condition. Really shocked how nice that looks. But if you look over here, we have the 4 pieces. Remember the spider gear thingies right there, the spiky gears? So we have the 4 pieces there, and we were shocked that we had all those parts. So, all right, let's continue on. So this is the part that we got a little bit confused because you have the front cover, and then you have the front cover oil bath. And it looks like we have the front cover oil bath when we show it to you here, but I think we have both of these. So when we look at this, this is number 7, and number says pulley crankshaft. But when you turn the page for the oil bath and you look at this one right here, I guess this is gonna be number 6, it says clutch assembly starting. Oh, maybe that's 2 separate things. But I think we have both of them, and we definitely have the oil bath. If we come over here, we'll show it to you. We have the oil bath cover right here, and we have the pulley that we need right there. And it looks like maybe that's the clutch one, but we have the pieces. They look like, this one's a little rough, but everything else besides that one looks in really, really, really good shape. So I think I just kicked something, but we're gonna organize everything here in a second. So then when we turn the page, this is the part that got us pumped up. This is the cylinder head cover. And let me show you what we got here. We've got everything. And as I was talking to you, I actually found the other piece that I was semi-missing. So we have the cover, and then we have the little top cover for it. We have the oil cap. But look, we have two of these assemblies. And as you can see, one of them almost looks brand new. Look at that, beautiful. It's like beautiful. But we have two of those, and we have two of these, and I think that's for the speedometer. And one of the things that I was afraid I was missing is called the baffle cover. And there they are. Here's the baffle cover that we need for the head. So ASF did a great job by not taking stuff apart and not losing anything. But as far as our cylinder head goes, we got everything except this little rubber hose, the breather hose. But we could get that anywhere. All right, as we continue, we have our, let's see, upper crankcase. And this bad boy right here, essentially we have, I call it kind of the block in my opinion, right? And it needs this black cover. Now if you come over here, we have the block right here, and then we have this cover. The crazy part is that this cover looks like brand new, like literally. Is that crazy or what? Like some of these parts look brand new, which is super cool. Either they were just really taken care of, or the oil, or they kept up with their maintenance. I don't know, but they look really good. All right. Then we have the lower crankcase. This is what we got vapor blasted, and we have this little kind of, I don't know what that reminds me of, but these two things, the oil dipstick, and we have it over here. We have it in the saran wrap because we had it vapor blasted and clean it. We have, I guess, the dipstick little cover thingy or parts, and then we have the dipstick, oil dipstick. So we have that. These bolts or studs, I don't know where those are at. I think we have them, but we'll have to search for those. And then we have the oil pump assembly. Here's the cool part. Let's go over here and show it to you real quick. So it looks like we have two oil pumps assemblies. This first one looks really nice, looks really good. And then we have another one right here. And we have like a new oil filter, the oil filter cap, this long rod with a gear at the end, this pipe thing. And then it looks like we might need an oil screen. So if there's one thing that we're gonna need, it looks like we'll need an oil screen. But I had somebody look at this oil pan, they said it looks good to go. We got a drain plug. And as I say that, it kind of flaked off, but that's fine. And it looks like we got everything there. All right. All right, as we continue, okay, we looked at that. We looked at that. We looked at the head. We looked at the head. Looked at that, maybe the, and moving on past this part, studs, the oil pan. And then we have the water pump. So let's go show you the water pump stuff. Okay. Pretty self-explanatory. We got the water pump and the thermostat housing. So it looks like we need a thermostat, but that's some regular maintenance stuff. I haven't opened this up, but I feel like one of the main things that we're gonna need in general is just gaskets. Gaskets galore. But we have everything here that it shows it on the parts manual for the water pump. And then we start getting to this part where the air filter assembly, we have it over here. We also had it vapor blasted. So we have cleaned up and vapor blasted. ASF did it. Our air filter looks a little dirty. They don't sell those anymore, but we have it. Who knows, maybe I could try to clean it or something. All right, moving on. We come over here, and this is when we start getting into the carburetor. So from what I hear, the carburetor on the S800 is a kind of a nightmare. There's like issues with the carburetors, or it's really hard to tune it because it's individual throttle bodies, also known as ITBs. And essentially what we didn't do is we did not do an inventory of all the ITB stuff because there's just a lot. But I'll tell you what, we do have them. We have looks like some assemblies over here. If you see an assembly over there, assembly over here. And then when you come over here, this is, I guess, where it attaches, like the little mini intake manifold or something like that. with its gaskets. But it looks like we have majority of the stuff. If we're missing some miscellaneous things, maybe we could get it, but we actually have the real components. As we move along to the distributor, we actually have the distributor, but that's it. We don't have cables, we don't have caps or anything like that. So here's our distributor. So we will need, you know, caps and rotors, but that's regular wear and tear maintenance stuff, and maybe we could get that from Otterman, but we have the main part. And then let's see. Oh, I have the starter. It's in a box. It's disassembled, but we want to show you something. We have the alternator and we have the fan over here. We have the fan right here and the alternator right there. So we have those parts, which is good. The only thing is we're going to look for the brackets later on, which have a lot of brackets, and I'm pretty sure we have those. And then that's the alternator, I mean the starter. The starter is disassembled. And then, believe it or not, guys, we get to the transmission and stuff, which we're not doing a layout for that quite yet. All right, so let me tell you what I think. All right. So what do I think about this? I'm actually super pumped up. You saw it, guys. We pretty much have almost everything for the engine, minus some gaskets. And the cool thing is that I'm pumped up because I remember when I bought the car and I asked Ronnie about the engine, and he says that, you know, you might be missing a few things, but most of it's there. And I'm actually super pumped up because that is true. We have it, and a lot of the parts look in great shape. They're not like super old, rusted, corroded. They're in fantastic shape. As a matter of fact, as someone who's built and worked with engines, stuff like that, I'm looking at it as I speak with you, and I'm thinking pistons, a bunch of gaskets, some shims, and a lot of time trying to find bolts that go with each other, because unfortunately, the bolts for the engine are just in tons of bags. But the thing about it is that we've already done it with the chassis and the body. We could find those. It's be a pain in the butt, but we could do it. But this is exciting. Now, you never know. There's a guy out there that I've been talking to that his brother might help me build the engine. And if the price seems reasonable, why not let somebody do it who knows how to do it, right? I mean, we could try to do it, but if they have hardcore experience on it, I'm a person who loves professionals, and I trust them, you know, somebody who's been doing it for a while. All right, guys, thanks for watching. This was a great video. This is exciting, and big shout out to you guys for watching. Elise helped out a lot, and she's awesome. So that's the Driver's Therapy crew. All right, guys, you take care, stay safe, and we will see you soon.